Okay, so we're live now as well on Zoom, and I'll just wait because I've actually got my iPad open here, so I can actually see when it goes live. And there we are. So welcome everyone to the Team Made Real Estate meeting for October. Thank you for tuning in. We know you've got lots of things you can do with your evening. We're glad you chose to take the time to spend it with us. So this evening's topic, we're going to be talking about women in real estate investing. And we've got a great panel of women real estate investors here in Winnipeg, and we look forward to talking with them. So let's get started. First off, who is Team Made Real Estate? Team Made Real Estate is the largest, and it's the only free real estate investing club in the province of Manitoba, full of like-minded investors. And we have investors of all types, those who invest in rental properties, those who invest in flip properties, those who invest in rent-to-own properties, lots of different properties. And we've also got service providers, such as realtors, such as lawyers, such as carpenters, plumbers, electricians, everybody. And we've also got those people who want to learn, and lots of experts in the local market. The Team Made Academy features over 100 students and includes companies nationwide. And we also have US partners and coaches such as Vern Bird and myself who invest in the United States. Team Made Real Estate does free monthly events. When we're not in a COVID era, we actually have the free monthly events in person. We conduct workshops, special workshops on items such as flipping or rent-to-own properties. We can help you find your power team. So your power team is your lawyer, your accountant, your contractors, your plumbers, your electricians, all the people that you need to be able to do a real estate project or to actually make a career of real estate investing. We can put you together with joint venture partners. We can help you do networking. We can help you find money. We can help you find deals. So how do we do that? Well, Team Made Real Estate is actually an academy. It's set up like a university program or a post-secondary education program where you've got your tiers, and your tiers are your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, and your PhD. So each tier, you learn a little bit more, you get a little bit more knowledge, you get a little bit more specialized, much in the same way as you start out at university and you don't really sort of know what you necessarily want to do, but you take a bachelor's degree and it educates you as to like what all is in this field. Then a master's degree, you begin to specialize. With a PhD, you've now acquired, expert level knowledge. With Team Made Real Estate, you get your deal done assurance. So what does that mean? It means we're not just going to sign you up for a training program and then give you some materials and you're on your own. We're actually going to ensure that you actually get your first deal done. Because once you've actually received that first deal, once you've actually gone through the whole process, you're not going to be, afraid to do it again. You've actually gone through the steps. You actually know and are confident that you can actually do it. And there's no annual fee. You get one-on-one mentorship. You actually get field training. So someone actually goes out into the field with you, shows you how to analyze a property, walk through a property, what to look for, what problems, you could potentially encounter if you don't select the right property, and that sort of thing. So here is our brochure. So the brochure, you can see on the left-hand side there, this would be in an in-person meeting. We'd be handing these out to you if this was your first time. You could use it to book a strategy session, areas of expertise that you were interested in finding out about, and what your schedule was. Of course, since we are in this new era right now, we're doing this all on the web. So don't worry about that. We will actually provide our email addresses for booking strategy sessions. So I mentioned the deal done. So why does that matter? Well, it matters because, as you can see on the gauge there, once you've actually done a deal, your confidence level is going to be so much higher than if you've never done one before. I myself did a lot of training with other organizations, and it was a lot of books, a a lot of videos, a lot of audio, a lot of sitting in a classroom. But at no point did we actually go out into the field, find a property and buy it. So at no point did I ever have the confidence level to actually go out and do it on my own. But with TeamMade, because you're actually going to get literally your handheld, if that's what it takes, you're going to get the advice, the knowledge, but also how to apply that knowledge. And once you've applied that knowledge and gained that experience through doing the deal, you're going to gain the confidence. Once you've gained the confidence, you can repeat it. And as you repeat it, you gain momentum, right? And part of that, part of that momentum is also too that you're getting a support system. It's not just your coach, it's all of the coaches. It's not just the coaches, it's the other members. The other members are actually part of your lifetime membership support system. We're all a team. Many of the students are actually out there doing deals with each other. They at that point are like, they've developed so much momentum, they don't even need the coaches. And you might be saying, well, I can't do that. Well, here's an embarrassing picture of myself. And you might say, well, I can't do, you might say, I can't do that with real estate investing. Well, I could also say that with, I can't pick up this barbell and put more weight over my head, like put more than my own body weight over my head. My words were limiting my ability to succeed. And your thoughts, they can limit your ability to succeed. Your emotions can limit your ability to succeed. Your relationships, they can limit your ability to succeed. But you see the gentleman on the right there, that's Terry Hadlow. Terry Hadlow has been lifting weights since he was 13. He's been to the Pan American Games. He's been weightlifting his entire life. He's been coaching his whole life. So when Terry teaches me how to pick up a barbell, how to place my feet, where to place my arms, when he looks at me doing it, when he, in this case, not holding my hand, but when he watches me lift weights, he's able to make corrections. He's able to teach me how to do it in a way that reading it in a book would never work. Reading how to pick up a barbell over your head that weighs more than you do, you're not going to get that from a book. You have to actually go out there and pick up the barbell. Now, you could do it over and over again and do it the wrong way, or you could actually get a coach who's going to make those corrections. And some of those corrections may not even seem like a lot. They're minute corrections, but when they're done right, when you've got the right coaching, you're going to have success. And although it's in this particular picture is not more than my body weight, I have picked up more than my body weight as recently as last week and put it over my head. So that's the value of coaching. So instead, you want to design your lifestyle. So you want to see where you want to be in the future. And in your head, you want to speak to that eventuality with the lifestyle that you put together. You want to be able to design how you are going to achieve that lifestyle and make it happen. So this is a picture of me on a mountaintop in a small village in Sicily, where I was actually on tour, my day job, if you can call it that. The job that I do for fun, my passion, is sound for bands. I love music, but I'm just not a gifted enough musician to perform. So in my particular case, I happen to be the one who's behind the scenes making the sound come out of the speakers and tuning it in such a way that it sounds like music and not a bunch of disjointed musical instruments. So in this particular case, I was here in Sicily, touring with the Canadian country artist Patricia Conroy. And we were sent over there by the Canadian Forces to do a tour of Sicily, Italy, and Malta for 3 weeks. And it was one of those, dream tours of a lifetime. But I had the flexibility to be able to do something like that because of my, my involvement with real estate. So at this point, I do want to give some shout outs to our sponsors, because although the TeamMade meetings every month are free, they are not without cost. And so those costs are covered so that they can be free to you, our viewers and our students, because of our lovely sponsors, Daryl Walsh, who may have a chance to log in later this evening with Royal LePage. He provides our real estate update. Jazz Sani, who is a very good chartered accountant here in Winnipeg and is an expert in real estate accounting. Christian Narcisco with Visual Media. I always stumble over saying that. Sorry, Christian. He's who you want to talk to for any of your video and photography needs, such as if you have corporate videos to be done, walkthrough videos. I believe Christian has a drone if you need drone videos, corporate videos, training videos, anything you need video-wise, give Christian a call. Our property management sponsor, Garrett Wong with Upper Edge. Garrett is super responsive. He is the fastest texter in the West when it comes to getting questions about real estate, property management, and is a great font of information. He's been doing it a very long time and really knows his stuff. Our good friend, Ray Penner. When we do in-person meetings, Ray is the man with the camera. They're taking the pictures and getting the great shots of everybody. He's also the guy that you want to call when you have been doing your flip and you're ready to have, when it's been staged and you're ready to have your pictures taken for the real estate listing, or even if you're doing a private listing, you want to have something like that. You want to get Ray Penner Photography involved in that. Ray has taken pictures for many of us here at TeamMade, and he does a great job. Our legal sponsor, Mr. Brendan Mahatu, is with Levine Tatum Golub Law Corp. He is the legal expert behind many of the documents that TeamMade uses in our coaching programs. And Brendan is also great for doing real estate transactions, buying and selling of real estate, and even arranging things such as private lending. Next, we have Alvin Bally with Caesarstone Canada and Dulux Paints by PPG. He's who you want to talk to for all of your interior finishes, your paint needs, your finishes, your stonework, all that sort of stuff. And finally, we have Mr. Dan Posner of Trusted Financial. Trusted Financial are your lending partner, so they can help you with financing not only the properties, but Dan, a couple of months back, actually was able to put together a package where he can help you finance even your education. So the same way that you can go out and get, student loans to go to university, well, Dan's actually got a program together where you can go and get your training with Truly with the TeamMade Invested done through Trusted Financial. So that's a real plus out there for you if you're thinking about joining TeamMade Academy. So what is next for you? Well, what is next for you is hopefully what has already occurred for all of the people in this photograph. They've had results with real estate investing. So now we get to the point where if Daryl Walsh were here, he would be doing our real estate run through. Well, I'm not as good looking as Daryl, but I guess I'll have to do for him tonight. So first off, he's got a great quote there. No matter where you are in your life, inspire and empower the women around you. Your success is never reached alone. And wisdom and wealth are sweeter when they're shared. And yes, they are. So our real estate report for September. I'm not going to read through all these slides. You can see that it shows the detached, which are your single family homes. Attached homes, which is a much smaller category, about 1/10 the size. That would be your townhouses, the ones that share a common wall, and then your condominiums. Those are the ones that are generally in the multi-unit buildings. The almost frightening number for those of us that are familiar with this over time, we had 1,800 active listings in detached homes and sold 1,200 of them. That's an extremely high sales amount. It basically means there's a very short supply of active properties. We barely have a month worth of supply. We have a month and a third, 1.3 months of supply. That's also, you're going to see driving those average home prices up. The active listings, even in the townhomes and the attached, which again are usually small, but those sales are very, very high relative to the number of active listings. So it's pushing the prices up there as well. And even condos, if anyone's been on here for, been coming to these meetings for a couple of years, you'll remember that the condominium sales relative to the active listings, there was always like a 20-month or a 24-month supply of condos. Well, right now I can do the math in my head. It's 3.5 months. like there's almost no supply of condos left either. So that's going to be providing great pressure on the prices to stay high. So that's, very, very good news from a real estate investing standpoint. So I'll quickly move through these slides. So your residential detached, that's your single family homes. The average price is continuing to go up. And here's our year-to-date numbers. So year-to-date, 338. It's still going up as we move into September, which is, a very positive sign. And the home sizes are staying, like, those are still pretty much the exact same home size. Our residential attached, so this is for September, and they've come down just a hair in terms of year-to-date, but the size has stayed the same. Again, that's just basically meaning that the year has actually been very strong for attached sales as well. And our condo sales, same thing. They've dropped a couple of $100 from year to date. So there's September and there's our year to date. And then the same thing, the size has stayed pretty much spot on. So it's basically meant that, with what we thought might be like a slowdown in the real estate market over COVID has not been the case, because there's just been so many people buying houses and yet so few houses up on the market. Now, Daryl had a slide here about digital signatures, and I know that they've started doing digital signatures with the MLS system. I know I actually just had an offer where we did digital signatures, but since Daryl's not here, I don't know what exactly he meant by this slide, so we'll just move on from it. Now, here's a very, very useful graph for those of you thinking of doing real estate investing, particularly on the flip side. If you look at the slices of pie, they're showing essentially where your single family homes are selling. And if you look at the lower right-hand corner, the dark green, the bottom piece of pie, the light green, and moving just to the left of that, the kind of olive drab green, you'll see that pretty much 50% of the circle is taken up with homes that have sold between 250,000 and 400,000. So those are 14%, 17%, and 16%. So that pretty much constitutes half the circle in a relatively narrow band between 400 and 250,000, right? That's pretty much $150,000 spread there constitutes half of the market. So if you were looking to do a buy, fix, renovate, and then resell, where do you think you're going to want to be doing that? What price point do you think you're going to want to be coming to market at? Probably somewhere between 250 and 400, because that's where half your sales are occurring. It's also not a really, really high price point, right? You might say it's like, okay, well, there's actually decent sales between $500,000 and $750,000, but that slice is only 9.96 of the market. And you might notice as well that these slices of pie are not even done based on the same amount of money. 500 to 750,000 is $250,000 spread. That's a larger spread than the three sections I was talking about between 250 and 400. That's an extra $100,000 spread in there, and it's not even 10% of the market. So it really tells you where you should be if you're looking at doing a buy, a renovate, and a resell. So now, staying on theme with tonight, the empowered woman is powerful, beyond measure, and beautiful beyond description. Well-spoken, Daryl Walsh. So thank you, stay safe, and we hope to see everybody out there, in Daryl Walsh land. Now, Brendan Mahatu is not able to be with us, but I think we'll ask our founder, Valen Vergara, to say a few words on behalf of Brendan, if he would like to do so.
So am I on now?
You are unmuted, yes.
Excellent. So Brendan isn't here, as Keith said, but I'll go over some of my personal experiences with Brendan, because as you know, we all know it's good to use who you recommend. And I've certainly done that for actually two international businesses that I run. And Brendan is actually helping with both of them. And one of the things that I can tell you about Brendan is that number one, he is very responsive and doesn't take long whatsoever to to get back when you have a serious inquiry. And he has helped with escrow legal documentation and some pretty high level engagements that I've asked him for. So he's amazing on a on every level, not just real estate, but all of your legal needs. And number two, he's actually extremely professional. So whether you're meeting him, at the office or anywhere, he holds himself very upright. He's high standing character, and I really like him personally outside of business as well. So he's someone that you're really going to get along with, and I highly recommend him. I use him, and as our legal sponsor, I recommend him freely and with great confidence. So definitely reach out to Brendan. His information will be on the slide there. At least have a talk with him about whether you have active real estate legal needs or something coming up. He can help you with that and do his own strategy session as well. So reach out, and thank you for listening, everyone.
Thank you, Valen. Okay, so now we do want to make mention of a number of our students who have had success. We're going to start off with one of our women involved in real estate investing, Manchu, and she has actually won our Investor of the Month award on two separate occasions. You can see both of those occasions in the photographs there, because she's got the cup on two separate occasions. And then there she is with one of her sale properties. Unfortunately, there was a death in her family, and so she can't be with us tonight. I also wanted to highlight some of Nelson Kant's students. Now, Nelson is one of our certified coaches here at Teammate Academy. And part of the lifestyle by design is that Nelson is also the father of 3 young boys. And those boys are playing soccer tonight. So Nelson is coaching his son's soccer right now. So this is part of his lifestyle by design, is having the freedom to be able to go and coach his kids. In this particular case, he's coaching a number of his students who have been finding great success in 2020 with Nelson. And here's one of those students again, Patrick Hilero. He's up to 5 properties this year with Coach Nelson. And you can see Nelson's got his Adidas soccer hoodie on there as well. So now we're actually going to move to the main topic for this evening, which is women in real estate investing. And we have our coach Vern here with Alla Bernstein. And we're first going to play a video with Vern and Alla, and then we're actually going to have Coach Vern interview Alla.
Well, good afternoon. Vern Bird here. I've been a coach and mentor with Teammate Real Estate Academy for several years already. And I'm here today with Alla Bernstein. Alla Bernstein was the Teammate Real Estate Academy Investor of the Month twice. Not in a row, a few months apart, but impressive. Good to see you again, Alla.
Thank you.
I wanted you to share with our audience some of your thoughts about what has happened since we met. We met, what, 3.5 years ago?
Yeah.
Like that. You had taken some training from somebody and didn't feel that you felt like you were alone, basically. And you realized you had to look for more help. And then up pops a message from me.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about that, what you were feeling at the time.
Okay. I was thinking about getting into real estate business for a long time before I really started to do it, and it took me a long way to realize what to do. And as probably many people do, I was researching for different programs, different coaches to maybe to start with, who can give me a push and give me some knowledge. And I bought some expensive programs from different coaches, probably well known, but none of them was local real estate investor and coach. And my feeling was I probably was very excited to start, and I was thinking I can do it myself with a little help. But it didn't work this way. Probably in a little bit, I started to feel I need someone to be right with me all the time by my side, that I can ask my questions, who can give me an advice, who can see what I see, and who can tell me what is better. And I started to think that my feeling, I cannot do it myself with some mentor over the phone.
Yeah.
Because I was missing some knowledge and missing some probably self-confidence. What if I'm doing something wrong? Because one thing I learned, I can lose lots of money if I'm doing something wrong.
Oh,
So probably I ended up feeling alone and not knowing what to do, not being sure, and started to think about a different solution.
But at the same time, when I met you, you owned your own house and you
Yes.
already had a rental.
Yes.
Okay. You weren't overly happy with, how the rental ended up, but you were in positive cash flow, minutely, but still positive. So you were on the right track, and you had a lot of good ingredients. So since I met you now, you've been involved. We've been in and out of houses doing field training, hands-on training in the field, in the houses and stuff, giving you maximum allowable offers, everything like that. And offhand, how many houses would you say we've looked at in the last 3.5 years, you and I, in the house?
I can't even say it was many houses.
Yeah, many. I think the last time we counted was 87, and it's probably several, another dozen more than that now. So around 100, I would say.
Yeah, I would
offhand.
say, because some houses we looked like 3 houses, 4 houses a day.
Yeah. And now when we go in and out of the house, when we're walking back to the car, you're telling me what it would cost to fix this house.
Yeah,
right?
because you taught me pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. And in the last 3.5 years, you've taken on 6 single-family homes,
Yeah,
a church where you're putting in 8 units. You're currently on that project.
yeah,
And another current project, you just took possession. This is August 2020, and earlier this month, you took possession of a motel with 28 units.
right.
Alla, that's 42 doors
Oh,
in 3.5 years.
right.
How are you feeling about the coaching that you've received from Teammate Real Estate Academy?
Oh, I think much more confidence. Like numbers speak itself.
Oh yeah, big time, big
The
time.
big thing is a confidence and a knowledge.
Yeah, yeah. And you're proceeding on deals, and you're making partnerships. You took on one of my junior proteges and did two deals with them, right?
Yeah,
2
that's right.
projects. So Alla is a primary protege and taking on junior proteges
Yeah.
to move forward. Okay, thank you very much. Alla Bernstein, 2-time Investor of the Month with Teammate Real Estate Academy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Way to go, Alla. 2-time Investor of the Month as well. Wow. Nice one there, Keith. Thank you. If we could unmute Alla, I'm just going to ask her a couple questions and we'll get right into this and just keep the ball rolling. Okay, Keith? Yeah, and Alla, oh man, like, it's exciting to see you talking like that. And I feel badly that Manchu couldn't attend this event tonight too, because she's a shining example, just like you are. And I'm so glad to be working with you. So Alla, in the last 12 months, like how many doors did you take on in the last 12 months, let's say? Let's start there.
In the last 12 months, probably took around 42 doors.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, and you did some flips as well. Not
Right.
just the doors you're keeping, you bought them, rehab, and sold a nice home to someone. How many
Yeah.
times you do that in the same time?
Uh, it was 7 houses,
Yeah.
but last year we only sold like 4. Just was the last year.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so 4 flips plus you added to your portfolio. And you've also done joint ventures, as we saw in the video there.
Yeah.
How many of those did you do, joint ventures with other members?
I did 3.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you're helping us teach them and take them through all the motions, all the steps of doing it. And
Right.
I'm getting, feedback from them that they're learning a lot from you, Um,
Thank
now,
you.
on the skills that you've acquired with your coaching, mentoring from the Teammate Academy, you think this is adding or changing to your financial destiny for your family?
I think this is the only thing that really helps with my financial destiny. It helps to add up to my family, to bring some reward.
Mhm.
Only those skills help. And it was a big deal for me because those skills probably give me the self-confidence that I don't make costly mistakes that will cost not only to me, but to my family.
Mhm.
And it takes away the stress being alone, not knowing what to do, and trying to figure it out.
Okay, yeah, that's what we do with you. Okay, we've been there before. We've been at this a long time. And do you have any final thoughts? What would you share with the other people watching? I noticed there's a fair number of ladies on with us tonight. And what would you share with them?
I would share, for me, very important 2 things.
Mhm.
First thing, it was for me to get the mentor. It was the law of attraction working that you sent me this message to come and meet with you.
Mhm.
And this was probably the hardest time I ever experienced in my life. And it gave me the push. It gave me the feeling that I may be not alone. I may have someone who can always be by my side. I can always ask my questions, take him with me, and be sure, reassure that I'm doing the right deal.
Right.
I'm doing the right numbers.
Mhm.
So, and you did it to me. You went with me to see houses. You checked my numbers. You made sure I'm not making any mistakes. It was very, very helpful.
Oh, glad to hear it. Thanks for sharing that. And do you have any final thoughts for anyone that's watching tonight?
Final thoughts, probably, yes, for sure, I do have. My final thought is don't hesitate. Even though you're scared, it always works this way, but when you have someone who does it with you, just go and make it a living experience. Just start doing it. Don't wait until the right time will come, because it's never the right or wrong time. It's just up to you to make it happen. Once you decide that you want to do it, you feel you like it, just take action. Get someone to talk to, and probably who can make you get going.
Oh, thank you so much, Alla. I always like hearing you talk and present to people. Thank you so much. Oh, let's just keep it moving, Keith. We're going to go on to Leslie now, and we've got a couple of videos from Leslie as well. Let's take a peek at those first. Hello, everybody. Vern Bird, real estate investment coach and mentor with Teammate Real Estate Academy, and I'm here with Leslie Stanier, and Leslie is one of my proteges. Been with me about a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, just over a year.
Yeah. And how many flips do you do in a year?
4.
4.
On the 5th, starting the 5th.
And you get the 5th one this month. This is August 2020.
Yeah.
And you've been just over a year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're happy with the help you've been getting?
Yeah, very
The
happy.
coaching, mentoring?
Yes.
Very happy. So nice. Okay. And of those 4 that you've flipped already,
I think 2 of them were home runs, right?
2 home runs. Yeah, very pleased with
Oh,
the 2.
okay. I can see it in your face.
Yeah.
You know, and you're happy doing this?
Yeah, very happy. I love it.
Okay.
Love what I
Now,
do.
just a quick question. During this past year, since you met me, how many houses did we look at? How many houses did we go in and out of?
We went through a lot
A
of
lot.
houses, Vern, and that's what I appreciated about you as a coach is your infield training.
Oh, yeah.
We went through many houses. We saw some horrible basements. We went to
through-
many auctions, and there were.
We actually went through 74 houses.
Oh, you counted.
Oh, yeah. Okay. In the house, 15, 20 minutes, and we come out of it knowing how much it would cost to fix the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, to give you a rough idea, the maximum allowable offer to present on this property,
Yep.
and you write the offer, and it either gets accepted or it doesn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we try to structure everything for buy, fix, refinance, rent out. Okay, if we don't make it there, we flip it. Right? That's our goal every time.
Yeah.
Are you happy with this?
Yes, very
Okay.
happy.
What are your any thoughts to share with our audience about what you thought before you came into this and now, the difference?
Well, when I first made the decision to go into real estate investment, I didn't know where to start, you know, where to go, what to do, and so I was happy that I was introduced to you, and you really sat down and said, you know, these are the things that you need to consider. Here's where you look. Here's what you look for. Here's how you calculate if you're going to make money.
Yeah.
And going through all the houses together. You were there all the time. We sat through many auctions together
yeah.
during the time, and then after getting the houses, it was helpful having you there as well.
And we introduced you to the workers you needed. and
Exactly.
stuff?
So once we got the houses, it was the making connections with contractors, because being new, you don't have a big network at that point. So being able to have people that you can contact and work with was very helpful. And I do recall my very first property where once we got in there and there were a few surprises,
Yeah.
as most houses have
Oh,
some
yeah.
surprises, and you were wonderful at troubleshooting it for us and helping us come up with
Oh, you're talking about the
solutions.
boiler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it would have been
boiler
a
and the electrical.
$12,000 cost
Exactly.
to replace, and yet we got it fixed for a couple hundred.
Yeah.
Right, because I knew somebody who knew somebody, and see, we don't need to know everything.
No.
We just need to know people who do.
Exactly.
Right. So that was good, and then the insulation too. We
Yeah.
talked to the inspector on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, you
and
were
he
able
showed us
to
how-
talk to the inspector and look at a different solution versus replacing everything and starting over. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was
So-
saved us thousands of dollars on that, and
Altogether
we
about-
learned so much through
Altogether
that
about
process.
20,000 on the one deal.
Yeah,
That doubled your profit.
yeah, exactly.
But let's not talk about that. Okay, thank you, Leslie.
Yeah,
and
thank
thank you
you.
all for listening. Vern Bird, Vice President, Team Aid Real Estate Academy, and I'm also a coach and mentor, and Leslie's coach and mentor. Thank you.
Oh, nice one from Leslie Keith. Thanks for digging that one up. Here's another one with Leslie. This is in a property that we took over, and she was just starting work that day, possession day, had the house full of work crews already ripping stuff out and starting on the house. And this is just a couple hours after getting possession. So let's get that one going. Ready now? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to congratulate Leslie Stanier, taking possession of her first property with us. And this one here, actually, possession day, today, right?
Today, yeah.
Today is what, March 9th?
March 9th.
March 9th, possession day. She has 2 crews in the house working within an hour of possession. That's how she starts. And you came here with a plan, right?
Came here with a plan. I had the 2 contractors come in and do estimates on Monday. We got in before the possession date, so they gave me prices. We got everything settled and finalized, and they're all starting today. We got some foundation work going on in the basement, and we have demo going on in the main level.
Anyway, good start again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, way to go, Leslie. If we could unmute her, I'm going to ask her a couple of questions right now as well. Are you on there, Leslie?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you okay. You're looking like a movie star tonight.
It's embarrassing watching yourself.
I know one of the things that, as you know, my wife and I are both actors, and we don't watch our own work anymore.
I understand that now.
Okay. Anyways, Leslie, you've been with us, like it said in the video, that wasn't too long ago. You've been with us about, over 12 months. And like it said in the video, like you did your first 4 flips in just under 12 months. And now I understand, you got your 5th one ready to go and are converting over to buy and hold, stuff like that. But so you've actually done how many flips right now?
I'm working on the 5th one right now. So we started our first flip in September last year, and we hope to have this one on the market in November. So our goal was to have 5 properties and buy 5 rental properties. So that's really what we're focused on right now, is on the hunt for rentals. Yeah.
Good. Okay. So 5 flips. Oh, I want to say this, people. 5 flips in, let's say 13 months, 13 and a half months, okay? And weekends at the cottage with the family. Yeah. So Monday to Friday afternoon-ish, okay? And weekends with the family. Very important to take care of all your business, your family business, your life, not just working day and night, okay? So I wanted to throw that point in there because that really impressed us, Leslie, okay? Now with the skills that you've acquired and stuff, do you feel this is really adding to your net worth?
Yes, for sure. It definitely is. Having the tools and resources available to us, helping us when we started, didn't know where to start, getting the experience and the information, and helping to look for, what to look for in a property, and how to identify the renovations, come up with a maximum allowable offer. And, as I said in the video, we saw a lot of houses. So it was a really good experience. And the networking is really been helpful too, to help us get where we are and helping us build a team. And we can't do it all. We thought in the beginning we could. In our first house, we thought, oh, we could do this all, and we ended up working weekdays, weekends, many hours a day, and you just can't do it. It's not sustainable. So we learned through that experience that you got to have a team around you. There's lots of talented people in this industry. Yeah. You got to rely on them to do it.
So you didn't mind back then when you were doing your first one, and I came along and I said, you and Dan need to go home.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Go home, take a night off, just take a break,
Yeah.
And also in your first flip, there was 4 generations of your family there.
Yeah.
Including the little one running around with the screwdriver.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I am surrounded by a lot of support. Very fortunate.
Now, what kind of thoughts might you share with any of the people watching tonight? And anything just from what you're feeling right now?
Sure. One thing, especially for the women, and it is so great to see so many more women joining the group and seeing them in the industry. I think one of the things is let's support each other, help each other succeed. And I'm, not an expert by any means in this. I'm learning along with everybody else, but I am open to, helping anyone be successful. So please feel free to reach out if you want to, and if it's not with me, that's totally fine, but be sure to find others that can help you be successful, and making sure you're finding those networks and always learning. Attend every meeting you can, meet as many people as you can, because there's always things to learn. And for the most part, I've had a really great experience. I have had some contractors that will only want to talk to my husband, Dan. They'll walk right past me and go right to him. But thank goodness, Dan will very clearly tell them that, no, you need to talk to Leslie and she's the boss. So, I don't take it personally, and it's just the way it is, but consider it as an opportunity to, educate those that maybe still think men are the boss. Just leverage your strengths. Everybody has strengths. It's different, and make sure you use those strengths and make a difference, and have the courage.
For sure. And Leslie, I couldn't commend you more. You've been on all of our Zoom trainings on Tuesdays and Saturdays. We do that every week, and you're there. Alla as well, and most of you on the call with us tonight on our panel are there on all of our trainings and calls. And we just feel so fortunate with that, Leslie. And just one final thought from you to anyone watching tonight and what you might impart upon them. Just one final thought, and then I'll let you go.
Yeah, in addition, Alice said it well, is take action, and I would just add to that is just make sure you have a vision and you set some clear goals, and don't give up. It's overwhelming at first, but it pays off in the end as you gain more experience and more confidence. So just take action, learn what you can, and make sure you've got that vision and goals.
Thank you, Leslie. Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
Good action. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great. Oh, next one coming up, Anita Prudnikow. Let's listen to this first. Keith, if you could press go on that, and then. So I'm here with Alex and Anita Prudnikow. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And this is our first purchase with myself. You guys called me a while back, and you were already negotiating on this duplex here, right? Turned out into a triplex, actually. And you were ready to buy it.
Yeah.
You called me to help you price the rehab and stuff, and we did that. And in a few minutes, and then we met with the owner. And you ended up buying it cheaper than you were going to, right? The guy wanted to sell bad. He just wanted out of here, right? It's been empty for a long time. And now the reno's well underway. You should have a tenant in by April 1st. April 1st, first one. And then before the end of April, this main floor will be done and rented. And then going into May, hopefully by the end of May, we'll have the basement ready. Okay? You guys are happy with that?
Yes.
The purchase? Anything you want to say? Have we been helping you a lot?
Yes,
We're trying.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it
you're
was
happy
good.
with that? Great,
Yes.
great. Okay, say hi to everybody. This
Hi.
is Alex and Anita Prudnikow. Thank you. Oh, good one. I remember that day very much. It was very meaningful to all of us, I believe. Can we, is Anita unmuted?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay, oh, great, good to see you. And Anita, you've been investing in real estate, what about 20 some odd months, something like that?
Yeah, just about 24 months.
Okay. And you had one rental when we met, and that video there was the first one that I was able to help you with. And now you're kind of adding some new skills to your life. I see you're getting skillful in property management. Let's
Yes.
any comments on that? Yeah.
Yeah, I do all the property management for our rentals, and I also work with a property manager, a very good one. He's also a sponsor for our teammate here is Garrett Wong. Anything I have, I usually write him, give him a quick message on Messenger, and ask him or something if I need help with anything. I do a lot of research on my own, and I noticed that not directly on Google, which there's a lot of good resources too, but I noticed lots of investors and property managers, like business people, are also on Pinterest, which is very interesting too. So that's where I got a lot of resources and kind of like tips how to do the rental, like to do it the best way, to have control over everything and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much adding skills on my own and asking property managers what everything that to have a good, not to work too much on all the like property management, but to have spend a little bit of time, but have quality time and have control over your rentals.
Nice. And do you think the coaching and mentoring that you got from the Teammate Academy is helping you in other aspects of your life as well?
Yes, a lot, which is also like with the academy that we have, if anything comes in my mind and I'm like, okay, I don't know how to deal with this or that, there's always a team behind you that will help you and answer right away. It's like everyone's whatever, somebody has an answer, they answer right away, and boom, everything is cleared, you know what to do, and that's really good. Yeah.
So teamwork does help the dream work, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, good. And what kind of thoughts would you share with any others watching tonight? You know, as I mentioned earlier, we got several ladies attending tonight. And what kind of thoughts would you share with them just directly from you to them? How did you feel when you first got into this to now? Just a couple words on that, please.
Yeah, like I can say the background of my family and everything, we come out of like a background where it's used to that women sit at home, I guess, raise kids and do the housework, and men go to work. And I thought I'd break that. There's women can do a lot too, so
Oh yeah, big time, big
and
time.
I like because as a woman we can multitask a lot. I'm not putting men down, they can do a lot too. They have the power in their arms,
Mhm.
but we have the power in the head. So we can multitask a lot, and I noticed myself I can with that I'm doing property management. I I I don't always need a schedule on things. There's a lot of things that I can remember. I know exactly. I won't forget this. I don't need to put a note. And then there's other things where I do put notes and stuff. So it is definitely something that women can do.
Oh yeah, big time. And I'd just like you to share just one more final thought. I like what you're saying. And if you have any final thought before I let you go, I know, and I want to thank you so much for doing this. Um, and, you know, don't worry about anybody who's watching us. You're just talking to us right now, just us on the panel. Okay. So
Yeah,
any final thoughts?
it's very motivating to see others succeed and have like yeah, success. And with the investor of the month that Allah and Manchu been like twice, so it is motivating. If you see others succeed, it pushes you and helps you to go forward and keep going.
Big time. Thank you, Anita. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
and the best time, like some people said already in teammates, sometimes the best time to buy real estate is yesterday.
Yeah.
I like that.
It is. That's a good one. Thank you. I see my partner in the Bird 2-for-1 coach team. He's laughing because he's enjoying himself. And
I like
that's
that.
his
Great.
picture right there. And we're going to bring up our next speaker. And this one, Vishal, if you're on mic, you can jump into this one too with me. And let's just go on a little bit. And talk a little bit more about, this Winnie's online. If you could unmute Winnie as well. Winnie Doan, I have to say this. She's knocking my socks right off. I kid you not, people. Winnie came to us, wanted to get started and in a rush and wanted to go. And she's been with us. Winnie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. If you could speak up just a touch. I was told last week on my Zoom training on Tuesday night to use my actor voice. So I'm sitting here kind of doing that. But Winnie's been investing in real estate for just a little bit over 2.5 weeks. Is that right, Winnie?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And
Duty.
go ahead. In that 2.5 weeks, she has a signed, sealed, and approved offer that she takes possession on November 6th. Already has the renovation crew lined up for possession day, and just is really surprising us how quickly she grabbed everything that we do. We never have to repeat ourselves, Winnie. I'm so impressed with that. You want to make a comment on that, Winnie?
I would like to thank you, Vern and Vishal, so much. So I have been looking for houses before, but I didn't know what to do, like how much is the value of the house. That's why I was very hesitating. So I couldn't go far. But this time when I walked into the house, Vern and Vishal showed me how much is the value of the house and which strategy should I apply to that house. So that really bring the confidence, and so it's a deal. So just accept the offer, give the offer, and got accepted.
Yeah, good one. And the stuff that we've been teaching you, you know, which is pretty much in all of our coaching kits and everything, all the stuff that we're doing, I think you're also finding that these skills you're learning with regards to real estate investing and treating it as a business. Would you say that these skills are also helping you in other parts of your life right now?
Yes. So you show me like the power of the team. Like when I signed the offer and my offer got accepted, the next day, so Vern and Visual showed me how to organize different tasks. So the next day we have a foundation expert come to check the basement, and we also have the property manager come to the house and estimate the rent that I could get exactly. So just the next day in 1 hour, I have everything's done. And on the possession day, I will check the possession of the house at 9 a.m. and at 10 a.m. the renovation will begin.
Yeah,
So
nice.
very fast.
Well,
So without you, I should have walked away right away when I find out that the foundation is a problem. So if I'm not in the team, because
Yeah.
I don't know how to deal with it before.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
One thing I liked, Vern, was when we got this accepted offer on that property, Winnie, we got it signed and done. What did you text me? I think for the next deal, you were ready to go for the next deal already before we have even. I think we're looking at houses tomorrow before we even get possession of this one.
Yeah.
You're ready to go on number 2 and 3, hey?
Mm-hmm.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
And now, Winnie, we do have some appointments this week looking at some more properties together. And what would you share with any of the others that are watching tonight, please? Just your thoughts there.
So real estate is a big investment for all of us. So I personally think that we should get some education before we really make a big decision in our life. And so just like going to the university or college, so TeamNet Real Estate Academy is really a very good start for people, for someone who doesn't know much about the industry like me. So it really saves lots of money and lots of time for people to get started. And just like the other team member have said, so the best time is today, not tomorrow. So better do it now.
Well, thank you so much, Winnie, and thank you for coming on tonight. And I'm going to turn it back to Keith. He's in the direction of the balance of this. And I know we have one more interview that's going to happen, and I believe Vishal's going to do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so, turn it right over to you.
So, Vern, feel free to interrupt to jump in anytime here, but I want to introduce our next rock star. So, this star is a third-year university Asper School of Business, and she's also a property manager at Shelter Canadian Properties. Now, I do want to mention she's 19 years old, and I did say third-year university. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. When Stephanie's not looking for real estate deals, she loves volunteering and giving back to her community. She's worked at various charities all throughout the Philippines, helping feed families. So she's not only, one thing that really resonated well with me and Stephanie was that she's not only a brilliant investor, she's a community leader and a role model for all investors. Stephanie joined us, and she had 5 accepted offers in 5 weeks. So I know we talk a lot about taking action, and Stephanie is doing just that, taking action. So I'm going to open up the floor to you here for a bit, Stephanie.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
That was very flattering, Vishal. But yeah, I mean, I remember the first time that I was thinking about getting coaching, I met you. And I was wondering whether I could just do it by myself. I'm a great self-starter. I could do it by myself. But the first time that I met Vern was interesting enough. I was making blind, just not serious, joking offers. And then one of them got accepted. I'm like, it was an overpriced rental in the North End area. I was super shocked and I was super unprepared that it got accepted. But I called Vishal. I'm like, help, the offer got accepted. So the very next day, we all came to the house. Thankfully, you guys pulled me out of it, and I would have been down the financial bankruptcy rabbit hole at 19 if it weren't for you guys. So thank you so much for, guiding me throughout this journey.
Yeah. So after that first property that we looked at, I think Vern and I, do you know how many properties how many do you think Vern and I have gone in and out? I'm just trying to think.
I mean, like over 10, 15 in the last 2 months.
Yeah,
a lot of houses.
17.
17, crazy.
Do you, at this point now, Stephanie, I know that we were pricing a lot of them and showing you how to price them. At this point now, do you feel that you're comfortable and you've learned to price some of these the same way that Vern creates his maximum allowable offers? Or how do you feel with pricing them now?
Yeah, I mean, having seen so many houses with you guys, eventually my numbers just line up after a while. And I'm like, yes, that's the maximum allowable offer.
Yeah. I was very impressed with how quickly you got to that stage. Like you were telling me on I think the 4th house or the 5th house, and your numbers were within 4, 5, or 6,000 of my numbers, and that was when we walked through the house in 15, 20 minutes, and you understood what it would cost to fix this property. I was very impressed, Stephanie, very impressed. And Vishal, before you finish this interview, I have an announcement to make with Stephanie on the line.
Yeah. No, working with Stephanie, I know I'm being recorded, but it's been kick ass working with Stephanie. Like, just her intellectual abilities up there. She's easy to work with. She's a great negotiator. And I absolutely love working with Stephanie. I do want to ask, there's a lot of people on the line tonight, and I do want to ask you for advice. What advice would you give the people on the line? Someone who wants to be typically in your shoes, maybe male or female, it doesn't really matter, but someone who wants to be in your shoes and they want to learn about real estate, what do you have to, what would you say to someone like that?
Good question. I think my advice would be to most of the young pros, the 17 to 25-year-olds out there that are wanting to get into real estate. I mean, I can sum it up with 2 words. Don't wait. A lot of young people with ambition who want to start in this industry, they probably watched a couple YouTube videos and they're thinking, oh, should I wait to finish university and get a corporate job first? But I think that my age has actually been my greatest advantage. People are easily impressed, and a lot of investors are extremely invested in my growth as a real estate investor. And as long as you conduct yourself professionally, no one will look down on you based on your age. Instead, a lot of people will actually look at you and think, oh, I wish I started when I was that young. So take advantage of this, get a mentor, and ask them what you can do at your age to achieve success in this industry. I think that you can start in this business having no credit, little savings, no network. The most important question that you can ask is this: what can I do to change my situation to match how successful investors start? Who can I get in touch with so I can leverage their credit, their money, their experience, and their knowledge? Because that's why I joined Teammate. I didn't have the best credit. I'm 19. So I found credit partners through Teammate. I didn't have money, so I found people with money. I didn't have experience, so I found mentors. I found nothing, but I mean, really through teamwork, you can do everything. So, yeah.
That's some good advice. So I think you've enjoyed your journey so far, and it's a lifelong journey you have in real estate. But what so far you think is your favorite aspect of real estate investing?
I love learning, but I also really love the community. It's one thing to find 40-year-old millionaires, no offense to the people out there, but to find people who are like 23 with like 100 properties, which I've met in events, has been both mind-blowing and inspiring. When I went to my first real estate event, I remember, I love how people just talk about buying $500,000 properties like it's like, it's nothing. Being among people with the same ambition, with the same mindset, that's not something that you can really get in university events. I think those are the moments where I've gained the most and learned the most.
Yeah, I think I resonate really well with that, Stephanie. One of the things that I kind of follow myself is surround yourself by the people who you want to be like. And that's what I'm kind of like hearing from you as well.
Yeah.
It resonates really well. It'd be cool. Do you have any last comments or thoughts you want to share with anyone?
I mean, if you're a young professional and would like to get started on real estate, let's connect with a lot of the people on this call. You'll really get a lot out of just talking and, you know, direct messaging one of us.
Yeah. I think we met through Instagram direct message.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is so true. That is so true. Vern, I'm going to pass it off to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Vishal. And like I said, Stephanie, I've been super, super impressed with you all along. And ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at Stephanie Destina, the next Teammate Investor of the Month for our next month. You were nominated tonight. Yes. And so you'll be receiving that from all of us at Teammate. We're very happy to have you on board. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
You all done there, Vishal?
I am, yes.
Okay, back to you, Keith.
Awesome. Well, I was going to say, thank you very much to all of our guests tonight, to Stephanie and Leslie and Anita, Winnie, Alla, and those students of ours that couldn't be here tonight or couldn't be on the panel tonight. But thank you one and all for so much that you've done. You know, you've not only helped yourselves, but you've helped the community and the team. And so why do these women win, right? What have they got in common? They've got, as you've heard, they've got a hustle. They've got a commitment to success. Every one of them has consistently taken action, and they've got an education. You know, and it doesn't matter where you are in life. You could be 19, and if you get the right education, you take the right action, you hustle, you're going to have success, just like Stephanie told you. So the Teammate Real Estate Academy has the bachelor's degree, the master's degree, the PhD. Stephanie, you're in university. You've had great success there already. You're killing it at university. But yes, there's also in Teammate Academy, there's our silver program, our gold program, and our platinum program. There is also a special COVID program that when you have a strategy session with one of our coaches, that we can talk to you about the 365-day bronze program as well. Anyway, don't want to make this too much about the program. You can talk to one of the coaches, have a strategy session. But in the academy, what are you going to learn? Well, you're going to learn how to find the deal. If you don't know how to find a deal, you're going to learn how to find the money to invest if you don't already have the money. If you already have the money, maybe that's not the best thing to be doing. Maybe you should be doing the deal, even if you have your own money, with somebody else's, you know, or with the banks. You're going to learn how to best negotiate the price, how to actually write the offer, to get it down on paper, to get it accepted, how you're going to actually acquire the money, manage the renovations, how to manage the business of being a landlord. And then if it's a property that you're looking to flip, you're going to learn how to sell it. If it's one that you want to keep, maybe you've done a buy, fix it, and you want to now refinance it and then rent it out. Maybe you want to do a joint venture, and you'll learn how to deal with operating companies and holding companies. These are both types of corporations. You're going to learn how to best minimize your taxes, because it doesn't matter how much money you make, it's actually how much money you keep after you've paid your taxes. You're going to learn how to maximize leverage. So again, just because you can buy out a rental property with all cash doesn't mean that that's necessarily the best thing that you should be doing. And you can look at making long-term strategic plans to help you someday retire from your job. Now, questions that come up frequently. Does this cost money? Yes, just like all university programs, all educational programs, it does cost something. Will I have to do work? Yes, in the same way as when you go to university, you will have homework to do. You will have to put in the effort in order to get something out of it. Now, will I have to get out of my comfort zone? Pretty certain that right now, everything you've got is in your comfort zone. If you want to get something that you currently do not have, you will need to leave your comfort zone. So yes, there will be times that you will be uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie to you. Will we be right there with you? Absolutely. We'll be standing there beside you. We'll be helping you every step of the way. And will I get my first deal done? Absolutely. That's actually guaranteed. So you're going to want to take some action, like our women in real estate have done. You can book a strategy session with any one of our certified coaches, myself, Vern, Vishal, Valen, or Nelson. And these email addresses will be up at the end of the presentation as well. So if you don't have a chance to take them down right now, they'll be up in a second. But what's next? Well, you want to learn something new. You want to cast your vision towards 2021 and make this year, the year of the COVID, make it the best year, not the worst year. Take action now. And maybe like Stephanie, you can be our next investor of the month. So how do you take that action? It doesn't take a lot of time. You can put aside maybe an hour a day. That's just 1 day a week. 4 days a month. But that 4 days a month, that adds up. That's 52 days in a year. You can get a lot done in 52 days. Go look at one property this week. Make one offer in a month. Do one deal in the next year. You don't have to be one of these like, I'm crushing it. I'm making like some of these women have had great success. They've done 5 deals in the last 12 months. It doesn't have to be that much. Everyone moves at their own pace. It's okay if you look at one property a week, make one offer a month, do one deal this year. The thing is, everybody, they overestimate what they can do in a year, or they find it too intimidating and have to do that much in a year, and they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. So think about that slower pace, doing one deal in the next year. If you do one deal this year and one deal next year, and do that for the next 10 years, in 10 years, you've got 10 properties. 10 properties properly bought with the education that you're going to get. 10 properties easily replaces your job. And I don't care how good your job is, how much it pays, it's going to replace that job. So actionable steps. Remember your plan for 2020, take action, create a future, book that strategy session, put the date in the calendar of our next meeting, November 30th. And now Vishal has a special announcement.
So every Tuesday, Vern and I do specialized real estate training over Zoom at 8 p.m. We would like to invite everyone that is on the call tonight to join us tomorrow on Zoom. Now, as you may know right now, the market is on fire. Things are selling with offers dates. Things are going for way over ask. People are buying houses cash. That's not stopping our investors. Our investors are finding opportunities to find houses 50 to 40 cents on the dollar off the market. So just because the market is hot doesn't mean we stop buying. We just change up our strategies. So we're going to be discussing proven techniques to buy off-market real estate. So if you want to learn how to buy these houses for cents on the dollar off-market, shoot me an email here. Vern and I will be online tomorrow at 8 p.m. to go over these strategies.
Thanks, Vishal. Okay, and at this point, we're going to open things up if there are any questions. So this is the time, if there are questions that went on, you can feel free to put them in the webinar chat, or if you're comfortable, you can actually raise your hand. What I'm going to do here is
I think we had one hand raised by Robin. Robin, did you intend to raise your hand, or was that a mistake? Did you have a question? Now the hand raise is gone, so it looks like maybe it was a mistake.
No, I just lowered Robin's hand.
Okay.
Here, Robin, I'm going to allow you to speak if you so choose. So you are able to unmute yourself if you would like to ask a question, Robin. And I will actually put up those email addresses again. So there's our email addresses for the strategy sessions and for tomorrow's workshop. I might add that I myself will likely be joining coaches Vern and Vishal tomorrow night for the workshop, and talking about the real estate market being hot. I'll just share a quick little story here with everyone. One of my friends and partners, she actually emailed me about a house. She was looking at houses in River Heights, so she's always looking for stuff. And I had told her, well, you know, just a sort of reasonable barometer is to look at the property tax assessment value on the property. So she finds this place on MLS, and it's, gosh, they're asking $239 for this house in River Heights, and the property assessment is $331. It was hilarious. So we went and looked at it, and it was like, well, it's a good thing you had your mask on, because it's like, it really smelled. Like, it smelled like mold and cat pee, in all honesty, right? So it was a terrible house. The realtor who was doing the open house, and the open house was during the middle of the week, despite the fact it was freezing, he had the front and back doors open trying to get the smell, like the wind to blow through it for the smell, and it just was not like getting rid of the smell. I was chatting with him because at one point he and I were alone there, and he said, oh yeah, like I was there late in the open house. It's like, easily half the people didn't come in. They showed up because it was like a $239,000 River Heights house. They wouldn't even walk in the door. It smelled so bad. And like downstairs, the carpets were all moldy and they were wet. And like the bathrooms were like beyond mold, like tile falling off in the showers, and water has been leaking from the kitchen and the upstairs bathroom into the basement bathroom. And it was just like, it was a horrible looking house, right? Even and of course, River Heights, right? You've also got a floor that's up. Well, one of my partners and I, so we like, oh, okay, well, we had a look at it. We did our assessment of what it would cost. And it's like, so we threw our offer in, and we actually said, well, what the heck? Our maximum allowable offer was $250, right? On a place that they were asking $239. Well, found out that the place ended up selling, and I do apologize. I hope it was none of our students. It sold for $325, right? So, absolutely, like no one's. If it was, I sincerely hope it was someone was buying it to move into it themselves, to cut $100,000 check to their contractor to renovate it to the nth degree, and have their dream home. And then, live in it, for the next 10 years, right? Because if it was a flipper, well, I'm going to be sad to see what they make on it, because they're going to lose their shirt at that price. That was my story about the hot real estate market. Sorry, you were going to say something, Vishal.
I think I saw that house too. And I think someone else in the call saw this house too. Just in the big smile on here.
Yeah.
A few people saw this house.
Well, and the funny thing was, we went to look at two of them that night. The other house, my partner got vertigo. Like, okay. I've seen slopey floors before, but this one was like this one was like they had done hardwood floors over a dead body. Like it went up inches, right, and then back down. But every floor, the basement, the concrete was heaved up, like someone was like a zombie was trying to get up through the floor.
Yeah.
Every room, it wasn't just tilted. It was like they were all over the place, like a fun house.
Yeah.
So I want to give you props though. Space, and he's just like, I got to go downstairs. Like I'm getting like lightheaded here.
I want to give you props, Keith, for knowing what you can pay to make this deal profitable, to make $20,000-$30,000 on it. You knew your price, and as soon as your price got capped, I'm out, walking out, no emotions. I really respect that. I like that. Sometimes people get involved in that bidding war, and the tensions are hot, and then they think that the market is hot, and it is hot, so they get caught up, and then everyone's bidding, and then you sit back, oh shoot, how did I get this accepted?
Yeah, well, I mean, like realistically, like they offered $96,000 over asking price.
I saw the house. Yeah, yeah. I saw it.
I'm sorry. That's just
Well, Keith, you know,
It's
some
not gonna
people
work.
like this when they walk into a house like that. That's the smell of money. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what we
Kathy
smell
usually
when
does
we,
smell like
we
money,
get that,
yeah.
and we just go by it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in any case, so if there's no more questions, we're gonna wrap things up now. I want to thank everybody for tuning in here at Team Made Real Estate. Please feel free, book a strategy session, no cost, no obligation, and one of our coaches will be happy to help you out. Thank you very kindly, and we'll see you in November. Bye now.
Thank you all. Good night. Good night.
Hey,
people.
everyone.
Good night,
See you guys
everyone.
tomorrow night.
Yeah. Good night.
Now I got to figure out where the stop button is on this. There we go.